my name is Lydia John, and I'm a TV presenter. I host the Juice show right in Leone, and I'm also known as Lydee J on the show.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today on Diversified Game, all the way from Sierra Leone, I have Lydia J. She's a TV host, The Juice. Doesn't that sound juicy? So no matter if you are watching us, or I know most of you are listening on iHeart or iTunes, and our latest partner at AYV Radio, we thank you for tuning in, and check this out. Check this out, because I have another TV hostess on, and she's going to give us the game. Let me ask you, a lot of people want to be on TV and they think you're going to be rich if you are on TV. Just that one spot on TV could change their life, whether they're a musician, actor, actress, or want to be a TV host. What would you tell people about getting into TV and the money when they first start? Because is it going to be big money? Or are they going to maybe need to have a second or third job?
Well, right here in Sierra Leone, if you want to be a TV host, you shouldn't think about the money, but rather do it because it's a passion. Because there's not much money in it, I should say that. There's not much money in it. But for a start, if you're starting, you can get, let me say, about 1 million leones for a start, or less. It depends to the people you're working with. So, but there's not much money in it, except it opens doors for you, connections and all. So if you're doing being a TV host, you can also have other things doing, like being a model, acting, singing, or hosting an event. Those are the other things that will probably give you money. Yeah.
Now, can you tell how you got into this position? Because I know that, you work hard, but it wasn't just given to you, but you did have someone, open the door. So how did you get to that step where somebody could open the door to say, I know you'd be great at this?
Okay, so aside being a TV presenter, I'm also employed. I have a full-time job at Priority Solutions. So my company, my agency that I work for actually owned the show. So my boss is actually the one who spoke to me about this, because being a presenter was never my dream, never. But he saw me and he said, this show is starting and I think you do good, you do well hosting the show. So why don't you give it a try? And then I hosted for the first time and I loved it. And I wanted to do it over and over and over again. So that's how.
So working hard, how did you get the initial job to get your foot in the door to be elevated at such a level?
Okay, so I actually applied. After graduation, I applied for a job, and I also had a friend inside. So she helped me out, and I applied and called for an interview, and yeah, I got the job. So, and based on the things they are seeing, I believe I'm very bold, I'm outspoken, and I'm very confident. So when they started the show, they couldn't think of anyone else but me to host the show.
And you're very clear and assertive as well, which are great things, because to become, a success, we look at Oprah, a woman, Black women in media, you have to know what you want and you have to have a laser sharp focus. Would you say going to school was necessary for you to even be qualified for this job? Because networking and your resume, right? What's on your resume are crucial, but some people say, I don't think I need to go to school to, get certain jobs. Did you need to go to school? And what did you go to school for? So for that 14-year-old woman or the boy who are listening can say, okay, I want to be like her. This is what I could do to better that my position.
Oh, yes. That's a big yes. Education is very, very important, because I believe if I had not gotten to like go to school, I wouldn't have actually gotten the opportunity to be doing what I'm doing now. So education helped me a lot because of course I tendered my resume for them to even call me for the interview. So education is key. And even the position that I'm in now, I mean, being a TV presenter, you have to be educated because you have to know how to speak English. You have to be very outspoken. So education matters. Yes, you can have the skills. You know, people can know how to talk even without being educated. But if you don't have the formal education, then it's going to be difficult for you because you won't be able to host shows in English. You might only host shows in the local Creole dialect. But if you are able to go to school and speak well, then of course you'll be able to go anywhere and do anything.
I love that you said that because I really push, no matter if someone's in Sierra Leone or if they're in Tonga, wherever in the world, if you're only able to speak amongst your tribe, you have to ask yourself, is that language, if I speak English in France, I'm limited. If I speak English in China, I'm limited. You have to speak what the world and where you want to get your monies from. And so, people, whatever the language is, and if you want to have a whole show in Creole, you do it. But you just have to understand your audience is going to be limited. At what age was that pushed upon you to say, my English, or even maybe even France, you might speak some French, right? You might speak some Spanish, 5 different languages. At what age did you say, I need to master the languages?
Um, okay, so back in school and secondary school, I loved English. English was my favorite subject. So I was around 12. I was around 12 years, 12, 13 years. So I loved English. So I practiced English, I studied English, and I was always doing well in English back in school. So I was very conscious that, because I wanted to be a lawyer, actually. I wanted to be a lawyer back in school. But then, so I was practicing English. So when I sat my WASP exams, and my mom she didn't have the money to pay for me for law. So I had to switch to another course. So I studied social work. So even though I didn't go to law, me being studying social work, I still knew that I need to do well in English because English can make me pass anywhere. I mean, I don't know the type of job I'm going to get because earlier when you study social work, doesn't mean you're going to practice social work because like we don't have that organized, structured system. I mean, to be a social worker. So you have to do other jobs. Probably you find yourself in other institutions that's not even related to what you study. So I know English is paramount and I have to learn it because I have to go lots of places and do great things. So yeah.
Tell me, and I know you don't really like to talk too much about, the giving because it can be done in secret, as the scriptures tell us. Your reward is in heaven. But can you tell us a community give back that you were doing or that you would like to do, only to show that winners are also givers? And we want to really push that to the people.
Yeah, so I actually don't like talking about it as you mentioned. But the thing here is most people here in Sierra Leone, especially when it comes to girls, they don't actually tend to pour money on their children to educate their girls. Despite the narrative is changing now, but there are still people who still believe in that. They have the perception that girl child should not go far in school. So, and I want to make an impact in the lives of girls. So I have so many girls that I'm helping. Most of them are girls, though I help boys as well, but most of them are girls because of the vulnerability that comes around them. So I help most of them. But in future, I actually want to open a foundation where I'm going to be focusing on young girls that want to go to school, but they don't have the opportunity to. Maybe their parents are poor or they don't want to educate them. And also the ones that also want to learn skills, but they don't have the money to. And also probably as time goes on, I also want to invest in boys as well, because the youths are the future of our nation. Yeah.
Amen, amen. And what a beautiful nation. And you guys know, a nation that our companies are, pushing forward and an investment. I want to know, what do you think entertainment needs in Sierra Leone? Because, people say, they look at certain shows like yours and they say, wow, I didn't know it was so advanced. Or people I'm a big Nollywood guy. So when I show people the newer movies or even the older ones, you know, like a Sophia in London, people say, I never knew. I never knew. So, but what does Sierra Leone need or could use? Maybe there's, you know, I don't know if there's enough cooking shows or, you know, business shows, but what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so the industry is very limited. I don't know, because most of the shows that we have here are mostly entertainment shows and political shows, politics, a lot of politics. But I think first of all, what we need is, you know, to love what we do. Firstly, we have to love what we do and don't put money before. Most of the people that do shows, the money is always the way to come to the show. You know, that's not how it should be. The money shouldn't be the focus. You have to love what you do, have passion, and let your passion be pushing the country, pushing music, pushing acting, you know, pushing entertainment. Let your passion be to push the country as in to that peak that it will get to that the whole world we want to know and hear about Sierra Leone. That's the passion. And another thing about us here in Sierra Leone, I want to think that we don't support each other. We don't support each other. We actually support other nations, other nationalities, more than we do support our fellow Sierra Leoneans. That support is not there. That love is not there. You know, the unity that binds us is not there at all. Everyone wants to do something individually. I want to be big. I want people to talk about me. I don't care about the next person. Even though this person has the talent, this person can do more than what I'm doing. But we don't think about that. We push ourselves and then we push other people. So I think we need the love first. We need to support each other. We need to put passion before money, you know, and be patriotic to our country. Yes, those are the key things we miss for now. And then the cooking show you're talking about, we don't have cooking shows here. The business shows, we don't have such shows here. All of those will come when the minds are working together. Then we'll be able to develop such shows to build the nation and the entertainment industry.
Well, they can grow because we have, again, this show is on in Sierra Leone on radio. We're not opposed to TV, but there's also, and I know it's another network, but Ivy Kibibi has a business show. He's a professor at the college. So we it sounds like we need more. And let me tell you guys, you don't have to wait to get a deal. You can go on YouTube right now and prove yourself, and then you can go talk to Lady J and say, Lady J, I've proven myself on YouTube. Can you maybe just, you know, help me out? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to holler at her about some stuff for some clients of mine. You know, I'm going to take advantage of that and say, hey, I have some stuff that I think would be well, and you know what? I want to pay you for your works. So that's how that works, because nobody just wants to, you know, be constantly asked for something. We know Salone. We know West Africa people. Every day somebody needs something, somebody died, something was born, you know, either death or not. We got to bring goats and cows for death or born, whatever it is. But you also need to understand that people's time is precious and that you should pay them for their time and, you know, for them helping you. Tell me, with, you know, the modeling, the music, the acting, the TV presenting, what's your favorite thing to do? If, you know, what's the number one?
Okay, so these are all the stuff I love doing. I enjoy doing. But I think if I'm to choose one, it will be music, it will be singing, because I sing before going to bed. I sing when I wake up in the morning. I sing every time I sing. So I think singing is my favorite.
And
Yeah.
can people hear your music on YouTube? And if so, on what channel?
So I've actually not released any album yet. I work with a band. Yes, The Unlimited. It's actually a gospel band because I do gospel music. Yes, I do gospel music. So, but I've not yet released any song, recorded any of my songs yet. But I sing and I'm with a band. I'm planning to start doing some covers this year, before the end of this year to next year. And then probably next year, you start hearing my songs, y'all.
Awesome. I can't wait. As the person who still to this day has the only book on the Christian industry on Amazon. You guys can check that out. Just type in my name, Kellen Coleman. You'll see, the gospel. There's so much that the gospel needs, and the gospel needs to be preached because we're all flawed and have our issues. Leave the people with something, inspiring. If you want to break it out in song, I'm not mad at you. I don't want to put you on the spot, but leave the people with something inspiring that they can, go throughout the day and be uplifted.
Okay, so I want to say, especially to my young girls and young guys out there, I want to say that anything is possible. Anything whatsoever you think of or you imagine is possible. You just have to have the right mind, be determined, be that type of person that do not allow positive vibes and negative vibes, as in, don't allow people distract you with negative vibes. Just be focused. So Leone, there are lots of distractions. Yes, you will have plans, you will have goals, but along the way, you get lots of distractions that tend to divert your mind. But be focused, be steadfast, and always put God first in whatever you do. He will lead you, he will guide you, and will definitely take you to that place you want to get to. That is success.
Amen, amen. You guys have been blessed by the game, so make sure, no matter where you're hearing this from or where you're watching this from, you share this game. It will change somebody's life. Be blessed, y'all.
Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand or 10,000 Kenyan shillings or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kelly Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.